YouTube channel. My name is Chrissy and I'm so glad you decided to join me today. I want my channel to be a safe place where people can come talk about money. Personal finance is something I'm very interested in. It's something that I hold dear to my heart, and I talk about it constantly with people, and sometimes I feel like people get annoyed, but I feel like it's such a crucial subject that we're not talking enough about. We really need to open up our eyes and our ears and just listen to what's out there on personal finance. There's so much information available, you guys, and we just have to reach out for it and find it. There are many answers to so many questions that you and I have about personal finance, and it wasn't until 4 years ago that I really started to focus on my finances. Well, actually, my husband and I, we really started to focus on our finances together, because before then, we weren't really doing a good job at it. Yeah, we were paying our bills on time, but everything we made just went right out the door. We joke around all the time and we say, oh, what did we do with all that money we made before? And we just joke around and say we ate it, because it's true. We went out to eat so many times and we would just spend every single dollar that came into our possession. And that's not a good way to use your money. If you just spend everything you make and you don't have a plan for where your money is going, you're gonna look up one day and you're just gonna say, where did all that money go? Like, what did I do with that money? I have nothing to show for it, or I should have more. It's so important to start tracking where your money is going. And that's some things we're gonna talk about on this channel. We're gonna talk about budgeting. We're gonna talk about investing. We're gonna talk about when you should do both. We're gonna talk about what types of insurances you should get and which ones aren't really worth your money. And that's something that I had to learn, because I had no idea. You know, I didn't know that there were certain types of insurances that are just gimmicks and really don't make any sense. So I don't want to go into too much detail. I don't want to bore you, but I do want to share a little bit about my story on how we started paying attention to our finances. So we were in the process of buying a new house. We were living in an apartment and we decided to purchase a house. Well, I shared with one of my friends that I was going to take out a 401k loan to use as the down payment for the house. And at the time, I thought that was a great decision. You couldn't talk me out of it, because I was like, a 401k loan, like, it's great. I'm borrowing from myself. I'm paying back myself with interest, and that interest is going to me. So what's the big deal? Why can't I take out a 401k loan? She came up to me and she's like, hey, so I'm taking this financial peace course, and Dave Ramsey recommends that you should never touch your 401k for anything. And I was like, oh, well, really? Because like the 401k loan is the best loan I've ever taken. Like, I'm paying myself back interest. What do you mean? Like, what's going on? So in my head, I was so arrogant to believe that I really thought this guy did not know what he was talking about. I was like, there's no way. Like, seriously, I'm paying myself back interest. I'm taking out a 401k loan, borrowing from myself. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I didn't realize how much interest I would be losing out on by doing that. So we'll go into more of that later on this channel, of why you shouldn't do that, why it's a bad idea. But at the time, I was so arrogant. I thought I was doing well with money, and I thought that just because we could pay our bills on time and we had extra money, we would go out to eat, you know, we would do things like that. So I'm like, oh yeah, we're fine. We're fine financially. We don't need a course. I was wrong, you guys. I was so wrong. And when I tell you that, I just have to humble myself and say that I was wrong. And it is a necessity to take a financial course. If you haven't taken one already, you need to take one, because there's so many things that people are going to try to sell you that you may not even need. Like insurances. I had no idea what type of insurances to get. Now I make better decisions on what type of insurances I should get. So what really made me start paying attention to my finances, even after that conversation I had with my friend, actually, because even after that, we still went through with the purchase of the house, guys. We did not even listen. we wanted the house. We just decided to go through with it. It wasn't until my husband came home one day from work and he asked the question. He's like, hey, so, why don't we have a savings account? And I was like, well, what do you mean, why don't we have a savings account? We spend everything we make. We just don't save. We spend everything. And he was like, well, I would really like to have a savings account. So at that point, I was like, you know what? Maybe this is something I need to look into. This is probably something that we need to start taking care of, because why don't we have a savings account? We're adults, like, we make pretty good money. Why are we spending everything? Why aren't we saving? I knew at that point that we didn't have a plan for our money and that we needed to do something about it. So I started looking up this Dave Ramsey guy, and I started watching his videos on YouTube, and I started to really understand what he was about. Getting out of debt, about staying out of debt, building wealth, living, giving, live like no one else, so one day you can live and give like no one else. That's one of his most famous quotes. So I looked into it, and it was something that really caught my attention. So eventually we took FPU, Financial Peace University, which is Dave Ramsey's course that my friend told me about. And we thought there was a lot of good information in there. We learned so much. But honestly, the best way you learn is by doing. And that is something that we had to do. We had to learn how to properly budget our money, because what we were doing before wasn't really budgeting, but we thought it was. So we learned what a zero-based budget was. We learned which insurances to get. We learned when we should start investing. And it just changed our lives. Like, I'm telling you guys, I really hope that you take this information that I'm giving you and you start paying more attention to your finances and focusing on getting out of debt if you're in any debt. If you are out of debt already, then you are in such a wonderful place right now. And there's still so much to do with your money. There's so much more out there for you. And we just don't know, the general public. Yeah, it's fine to spend money. It's fine to have beautiful things that you own. It's wonderful. However, there's also a time when you have to plan all that stuff out and not just buy things because you want them, buy it because you need them. We had to learn that. We had to really learn what was a want and what was a need. And that helped us tremendously. So I also want this channel to be a place where people can come and try to figure out this online business thing that's out there. I know a lot of people are interested in making more money, but how do you do that when you have children at home and you don't have that extra time to devote to an employer? Is there a way that you can make this money online, this little extra money you need to pay down debt or to start an emergency fund? So that's one of the things I want to do on this channel. Is I want to see how I can grow income online, and I want to see if it's a possibility. You probably know this, and if you don't, then this is new information, but I think it's valuable information. You can make money off of YouTube. There is ad revenue you can make. There's affiliate marketing. There's so much out there, and we'll dig deeper into those things as this channel goes. But for now, I just need your help in building my channel. So if you like this video, please share it and please give it a thumbs up, because we need to get this information out there. This isn't taught in most schools in America, and we really need it to be taught. We really need people to know what financial decisions are good, which ones aren't so good, and what's going to get you to a point where you are financially free, where you can live a life that you want to live. I don't know everything. I am not a financial advisor, and I am not claiming to be. I just know that there's resources out there that will help us with our finances, and I want to talk about that here. I want it to be a place where you can come ask questions and we can figure it out together. If I don't know it, we'll figure it out, and I can help find those answers. So let's start, guys. I hope that this channel would just help us grow together and live a life that is financially stable, and know that you are making the smart decisions with your money. I acted on impulse buys so many times, and I just purchased before researching or purchased because I wanted it. There's a thing called delayed gratification, and it's something that I am still working on, you guys. This is a process, it's a journey, and I just really hope that you join me on this journey, because it has changed my life. And I'll tell you, it's changed my life so much. And that's my main reason for this channel, because I need to share this information. I care so much for the well-being of everyone financially. I can't even express that enough to you, that it's so important to me. Honestly, if there is just one person out there that takes this video and actually changes their life from it, or just starts their journey of living more financially free, then I would just be so happy. If you haven't already done it, please subscribe to my channel. I will be putting out a video every week, and it'll be on a new topic. So I am excited to get started. I really hope you do decide to subscribe and join me on this exciting journey that I'm taking in my life. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I will see you soon.